To the Kevin Samuels community, really like the brother. I think it's a great loss. I know he came across real brass to a lot of people, but hey, I think personally, I think he was really trying to help men and women. You know, a lot of us don't have parents, you know, to correct, chastise, prune us. And the way he come across, sometimes maybe crossed over, but for the most part, he was really trying to help people, not trying to destroy them. Now, and on the flip side, you know, it wasn't entertaining. He had a show and he blew up. You know, it's a show also. You know, you got Nicki Minaj and you dealing with, you know, certain people on a certain level. They let me know, you know, he was part of the industry. And, you know, I'm making a little short video to look at maybe another side people ain't looking at, the spiritual side. I know he was a Boule member, Masonic. I actually sent him a message about him sticking his hand in his jacket. You know, he's posing. He clicked, he okayed that. I mean, I don't think it was a secret. And I've had, you know, I got quite a few friends, high level, in that organization. You know, they start off in college as frat brothers. Then they progress and become, you know, whatever level they come to, or even go up to the Boule, which is like the parallel to the Illuminati. But if you look at the history of the Boule, you understand who started it. And they take the cream of the crop of so-called black people, you know, entertainers, actors, business people. But what's been in my spirit is, if you ever heard of incubus and succubus spirits, marine kingdom spirits, you actually have some that walk the earth. You know, you got demons in human form. And the thing that kind of like struck me was, I don't know his character, maybe his friends would know. Seemed like to me, the type of person he was like meticulous and very, like he had OCD. He wouldn't just take somebody home like he took that Spanish lady home. Maybe she convinced him or whatever. If it's true, the story true, because you don't know about the media, but for him to meet somebody and take them home the same night, and I don't know what transpired, but I know I got a friend live in Atlanta. He busts up a lot of them. You know, sometimes you have one night stand, but if you know anything about spiritual things, King David talks about spiritual darts. And a spiritual dart is a demon sent to destroy somebody. A lot of times be it accidents, heart attacks, hit them with disease. You know, their finances, their marriage can be broke. You know, just on and on, chaos and destruction. And for that lady to be in his presence like that, and all of a sudden he died, you know, it kind of struck me. Was this an agent, demonic agent? Satan have all millions of agents he sent out to destroy people. Was this an agent sent to destroy this man? Did he sign some kind of soul contract? Because I seen a video earlier, I was shocked. They said maybe 5 months ago where he said, well, I'm going to hell, some of y'all going with me. I'm like, what? You know, a lot of times people do things for fame and fortune. He blew up quick. And you dealing with people on, like I said, on a very high level. You part of the industry. And I was looking at one video where they did gematria. You know, the numbers, a lot of people dying in their 50s. I remember DMX and Houdini, like around 54, 55. You had Biz Markie, all these different people. If you look at all last 3 years, in the 50s, the gematria line up with the sacrifices that the elites do on a lot of our people. Not saying it's just black people, it happens to all races, but him being 56, it lined up to the numbers. If you do the gematria, I'm like, wow. But I mean, just look at the flip side. This lady you met, the man look like he's good shape, 10% body fat, and all of a sudden you have a heart attack. Just to me knowing what I know and dealing with the things coming against me, I'm an evangelist. You know, I'm not saying I'm nobody, but the kingdom of darkness attacks everybody. Even the ones in part of that, the industry, they'll tell you they're sold out, they get attacked. You can even hear Cardi B crying. You know, you sold out, now the enemy's coming to attack you too. I don't know what people think. You dealing with the devil. When he come to collect, he don't care. He hates you. He got you, but he hates you. He'll use you to a certain point. Then he'll take you out and laugh at you after he destroy you. But it's just something to think about. I really believe that that lady, if it's true, the story is true, was some type of agent. If she wasn't a Marine Kingdom spirit walking around, a mermaid, it's a lot of men and women that's very handsome and very gorgeous walking around. Everything you lay up with ain't human being. Same thing in Genesis. Same thing happened in Genesis. The book of Enoch is happening now. That's why the women need to be covered. Paul talked about being covered, but you need to have a covering. And there's a lot of places, a lot of things you don't need to do. And somebody that beautiful just go home with you just that quick. I don't care. You better be wary. You need to have this discernment. But to me, it's either an agent or the lady could have been a Santeria, a witch. You got witches and warlocks, so there's something to think about. There's something to think about. He gonna be missed. I don't have a lot of bad things to say about him, but we all have to answer for what we do. I lost a child a couple years ago. She was in a certain lifestyle that I didn't agree with. Good-hearted, my oldest daughter, good-hearted person, but she ended up getting murdered. You know, going out with some people. That's all I got to say. Been there, done that. So, with a heavy heart, just making a video, just look at the flip side, the spiritual side, the consequences, the people you hang out with. And look at this lady. Was she a mermaid or an incubus, a succubus spirit or a witch? Or did he get took out by the government or by the same society he was part of? They do it all the time. They do it all the time. If you talk to some of the secret society, they sacrifice people all the time. Some of them are honest. So, and if you haven't accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, accept him today. Accept the Lord and Savior today. Let him be your Lord. Let him be your Savior, your King. What profits the man to gain the whole world? This man made millions of dollars in a short time, and he gone. It's not a roof rack on a hearse. He can't take it with him. It's like the rich man in the Bible. Couldn't sell all the rich, concerned about it. Heart wasn't right. But when God allowed death to come and get you, a dollar bill ain't gonna save you. It's not. Nothing. Your suits, your ties, your money, nothing. All you got is your works that you got to answer to your creator, and he gonna look at your works. What did you do with the time I gave you? You had a lot of people that idolize this man. That's another thing. We're not supposed to idolize nobody. And then, he was very vain. So you got to be careful with vanity and being puffed up, always talking about high value, this and that. God put the value on his people. We are precious in God's sight. We're not supposed to decide who better than who. God said, I'm not a respecter of persons. He don't have favorites. We all the same in his sight. So I love each and every one. Be blessed.